According to recent research from Gallup, every year 3/4 of trans people report being the victim of a hate crime. The term trans refers to anyone whose gender identity is different to the gender role that they were assigned at birth. A transgender person may have characteristics you associate with a particular gender, but may actually identify elsewhere on the gender spectrum or exist outside of it altogether. People who don't identify as exclusively male or female are referred to as being non-binary. Sadly, trans people are at increased risk of being the victim of a hate crime. Trans people who are also disabled or from an ethnic minority are at especially high risk. Trans people often choose not to report hate crimes because they previously had a bad experience with the police. There's a real fear that they won't be taken seriously or that their identity won't be recognised.
The village that I live in, it can be quite hard when I'm walking through it. In the early days I did used to go out dressed up and I felt quite comfortable, although sometimes it was late at night, but going out in the daytime has been quite hard with the youths that hang round. Lots of abuse at me, throwing things at me, even following me when I'm trying to walk around, now to the point where I actually don't dress up in the village that I live in. I end up going outside on a trip, staying away for a weekend because it's the only place that I can feel safe. And the abuse is just endless, because everybody knows everybody's business, and it makes me feel quite insecure as well.
The only time it really gets to me is if I suspect it's going to, there's a risk of it turning into a physical threat. I've got to that point of saying, I don't like it, but if they're going to act stupid, they'll act stupid and I can't do anything about it.
If a trans person reports a hate crime to you, it matters and must be taken seriously. Make sure you gender the person correctly, even if their gender is unexpected or unfamiliar to you. Don't use the reporting process to ask probing questions about the person's gender identity, transition, or surgeries. Be respectful and understanding of the person's needs.